Hello, it's Mamnup here. Today we're going to be talking about survival games. They're all over the place now. Particularly, we're going to be talking about PvP survival games, player versus player. It's a world out there that everyone wants to kill each other in. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that are needed, because I see a lot of games not follow these. I'm going to talk about the things that are needed to make a good one of these games. So, let's get into this. The first thing that a good survival game needs to have is a good loot economy. Now, if you don't know what a loot economy is, it's basically it's what gives like loot worth. That it gives pretty much what it does is it gives loot value because it's rare, it's hard to get, and this does a lot of things. First of all, it gives players a reason to fight. If they don't have anything to get out of it themselves, then why are they going to attack? They need something to try to get. If they have something and you want that something and you don't have that something, you're gonna want that something. And if you don't have a loot economy, it's not really gonna happen, because chances are you're already going to have the thing you want. Now, in addition, this provides stakes, because if you have the things that you want, you're gonna want to keep those things, right? And if you die, you're not going to have those things. If you don't have those things, you're going to want to get those things again, and the cycle repeats. But most importantly, it adds stakes, which I just talked about. So, hold on. I love cops. Cops are fun. This is so unscripted. Yeah, stakes. Stakes are very good to have. And I find a lot of survival games don't have stakes. Like, you die and it just doesn't matter. In good survival games, the things you have worth, and you want to keep the things you have because it takes time to get the things you have. Second thing a good survival game has is communications. Communications, be it text or voice chat, preferably voice chat, just in the game, and allows players primarily to team up. Because if players can team up, then pretty much they can go on adventures and whatever together, and generally it'll be a much more fun adventure overall. Adventuring is something that these games do very well, and when you have more people, adventuring is more fun. Thus, communications for teamwork is pretty much a good thing to have no matter what. If you don't have communications for teamwork, then it can be kind of boring, because you're on your own in dead silence, walking around. Whenever you see a guy, you just gotta take that guy out, no reasoning, no nothing, just gotta take the guy out, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Now, there's one more thing to talk about here, and that's players. Players, vitally important to have. If you don't have players, you're just gonna be sitting there in an empty world doing not much of anything. And those last 2 points, loot economy and stakes and communications, are pretty much pointless if you're the only person. If there's no stakes for other people trying to attack you, then why play the game? Like, you're alone. That's not fun. There's nothing fun about that. You're on your own in a big open world doing nothing. Like, there's nothing interesting happening. And because of that, there's not really any stakes. And if there's no stakes, then why would you play the game? See, it's a good point, right? Because stakes are vitally important. It adds thrill. Thrill is something that not enough of these games have. And if you're making a game, right, and it has something thrilling, that's the key word here, thrilling. If there's tense moments, intensity, something to work towards, and something to want to keep, that'll make your game so much better. I don't see enough games have stakes of any kind. Like, for instance, trying to think of one actually. Excuse my silence. Minecraft. There's one. Minecraft. Like Minecraft Hardcore. In Minecraft Hardcore servers, you're alone, and if you die, you can't even go on the server anymore. And that's a pretty good situation to be in for a survival game. But the difference there is Minecraft normally. If you're playing like regular Minecraft without hardcore mode activated, it gets kinda dull after a while. because there's no stakes. You can get all the things you have back with relative ease, unless you like have diamond tools or whatever. And in a lot of servers, you don't even lose the things after you die. So it pretty much eliminates most consequence from failure. And if there's no consequence to failure, then why do you need to succeed? Because if you can't really lose anything from failing, then why wouldn't you fail? It's easier, you don't have to worry about as much, and you just play the game without thinking, really. So it kind of defeats the entire purpose, really. Now, a good survival game, which for instance Unturned, like you're watching now, has a lot of weapons and a lot of things for you to get, and those things can be hard to get. They can be hard to get back. The server you're watching now has a buy system which completely undermines the entire point. It's kind of crappy and I don't like, but pretty much if there's intensity and there's things you want, you need to work to get them. And if you have them, you want to keep them. And if you want to keep them, you have to survive on your own as long as you can. And if you don't have the things and you see someone who does, you're gonna want to kill them and get their stuff. And that can lead to intensity. That can lead to, like, interesting things happening. And that's what these games need. They need interesting events, interesting stakes, interesting combat. Because if they don't have any of those things, it's just dull. That's pretty much all I have for this little rant I'm going on here. I'm just thinking. You may notice a lot of Unturned content coming. I probably saw some Unturned stuff yesterday. You're gonna see some more Unturned stuff, hopefully this Sunday, if it goes well. So, that'll probably be it for this video in particular. Thank you for watching, and bye.